Computer. Okay. All right. I'm here with Josh Campbell. Josh has been enlisted by Heartbreak to be a part of our artist series around the release of the Pegasus 37, the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 37. We worked with our friends at Nike to reach out to some artists and community members to create some pieces that helped us illustrate community now in celebration of that launch. And I've known Josh for about 5 years. We met through working with Nike Plus Run Club, and Josh is the guy that introduced me to the fact that running photos can be cool. I somehow managed 22 years of running without having any pictures of myself, which seems unfathomable now. But Josh did an incredible job of really capturing that community as it formed and really setting the standard for photography of running here locally, and it got seen globally as well. So welcome, Josh.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for being here. Let's talk about those early days when we first met, when you started with Nike Plus Run Club, shooting all the sessions. Can you talk about your background and how you worked that into the running world?
Sure, yeah. I started out as a snowboarding photographer, chasing snowboarders around the mountain, but in a little different way than running. We'd stop and do setup shoots and, do things over and over again until we got the shot. And where the Nike Run Club was chasing people around town on my bike, which was fun, actually. You miss it sometimes, but get to do it every now and then for you guys. So it was a challenge, getting to figure that out, figure out the routes, figure out how do I create interesting shots while on the go, and, and make running look inspiring and make the images look inspiring for people to want to get out and run by seeing the photos. That's what I was hoping to do with all those, and hope it worked.
Yeah, you certainly did. I mean, there were so many runs, long runs in and around the Boston Marathon course, of course. You did night runs, which I can imagine are exceptionally challenging for a photographer. You were shooting in the Reggie Lewis Center quite a bit, which is, a challenging place to shoot because of the lighting. It's dark outside and you're in a gym, basically.
Yeah.
And then a lot of shots over at the Madison Park track. I really loved those. That had the city in the backdrop there. So you got in a lot of work around, a lot of opportunity to show creativity and also challenge in the face of that.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the fun part about photography, is it often is problem solving. Taking a photo is pretty easy, especially nowadays, but solving problems to make things look cool is part of the professional's job. So for me, it was, some of it was, how do I shoot action and freeze that in the dark for some of those night runs? Or, how do I make a shot look interesting in the Reggie Lewis Center that's a flat fluorescent light that's kind of dark as well, as far as photography goes? Yeah. And, how do I make things interesting when it is the same track over and over and over again? And, I got to do that quite often and on the regular. So those shoots and the runs were frequent, so I got to experiment a little bit and try some different stuff and get better at some stuff, do some of the motion blur things, or try some different angles that maybe if you just showed up to shoot one track run you wouldn't think to try that stuff. But being there, I got to see some stuff that I thought was pretty cool, and hopefully I captured it in a cool way.
Yeah, and I was always struck by you always had an enthusiasm around, like, I brought a new lens today. I'm gonna test out something different, and I only saw the finished product. And as you mentioned, you're a pro, and they look like a pro nailed it every time. But I got to be really excited when you're like, I'm trying something different, and then I'd see speed blurs and tight shots and new angles and things that I'm sitting there coaching athletes on the track, and my view's always the same, and then you'd come back with these, striking visuals of moments that I didn't even see. And it was just so cool to see you experiment in real time, and your enthusiasm for it, and then the runners also love for it. Is really fun.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I hope that my whole goal with photography is to inspire people. So it's If it's a runner, I hope my images of running inspire you to run. If it's a snowboarder, I hope you want to go out and play in the snow. Or, if it's I don't know, little kid playing in the backyard, hope makes you want to go play with your little kid in the backyard. I've shot all kinds of different stuff for a lot of different clients, and not just action sports stuff. But, I do some cool stuff with our friends at Dana-Farber. And I don't get to show those images because there's some HIPAA laws involved there. But hopefully those images do some inspiration as well. And those are always rewarding things. Those projects are rewarding in that you get to see life from a different perspective.
Yeah. This project in particular is obviously we're in quarantine or social distancing era right now. So normally you and I would be standing side by side at the mile 20 of the Boston Marathon as we do every year. And you always shoot the most memorable shots of the day. From somehow you manage to even get across the course and shoot at us, get the excitement there. And it ends up being a crazy high energy day. This year, obviously in contrast, you got the assignment of with the Peg 37. Here are some shoes, Josh, and give us a visual story of what community looks like now. So I think you did an exceptional job of just that feeling of how small, and how intimate our lives are now. And you want to talk about how you approach this project?
Sure. Yeah. Well, like you said, it's definitely different, right? Like normally we were snuggled up against the fence and there's high-fiving people, high-fiving strangers. Probably, I don't even know how many people we have. You high-five, especially a million people that day. And I'm usually throwing them out too. And we're around lots of different people. And it's not happening right now. Hopefully someday we get back to that. But now it's shrunk down to my wife. And my wife and I raise our granddaughter who's 2.5 years old. And, most of the running I do is chasing after her. So, I wanted to kind of show that and show that, it's our community is shut down to these 3 of us right now. Yeah. Don't really get to see anybody else or hang out with anybody else. And so I was wanted to show how cool that is. It's a different opportunity that, wouldn't have had otherwise. So we get to make the most of it.
Yeah, and I feel that life, as people may know. I have a 3-year-old, so it's a lot. Your photos really spoke to me because that's exactly kind of the life I'm living as well. So that window into your life felt exceptionally personal to me too.
Yeah, well, it's also I wanted to incorporate my family into it because we're around each other all the time. There's really no escaping. So it's like you either try to shoot something and keep them out of it or bring them in. Let's bring them in and have them be part of it. And so that was my idea there.
Cool. What are you looking forward to shooting most when this is all over?
Anything. I really am happy to photograph things, like I said, whether it's a shoe or a runner or a snowboarder I've been out shooting flowers, just trying to enjoy photography while this is going on. Yeah. Not getting paid for that stuff, but I look forward to the assignments just coming back and really interacting with people again. Whether it's art directors or the people that I collaborate with. It's a good interaction. I miss that a lot, and hope that I can have some more of that here coming up.
So where can people find you if they want to hire the most talented photographer that I know, certainly?
Oh, thank you for the compliment. The website's joshcampbell.com. It's got a lot of good stuff on it. And then on Instagram at Josh Campbell Photo. They're good places to find me. Send me email, text, whatever. We can do it. Do a lot of personal shoots too. If anybody wants to do some running shots by themselves, we can work that out as well. I have a little setup for that too.
Cool. Well, I know, I feel so indebted to you and everything you've provided our community in terms of capturing moments that are literally running by me. And just when I think back to what coaching life has looked like for me for the past 5 years, those visions are created by you. And I know that the intimacy of those moments is really only thanks to you for many of our community members, because of you were there and you did such a great job just seeing what we're feeling and then passing that along. So I think your photographs are filled with so much joy and life, and at mile 20 sometimes some pain, but that's the sport. And really appreciate all your work with us, Josh. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem. Thanks for having me along. I appreciate your community inviting me in to be part of it. So,
All right. Well, we'll hopefully see each other soon. I really appreciate you doing this project and support of the launch of the Pegasus 37. And stay safe, and we'll talk soon.
yeah, thanks, Dan. Have a good one.
All right.